One of the things I really love about Knack are the rules, and in this video we'll be looking at page rules, specifically around the warning message. So on this page I have a warning message saying this is an ex-student when the student status has changed to it being X. My only issue is that this message isn't really that obvious, so there are a couple of ways around it. I'm going to jump into the builder, and first of all I'm going to go to rules, and I have a few on this. I'm going to come down to the bottom. It's a very straightforward rule where the student status is ex-student. Show this message, and it's highlighted as a red alert. But to make the red alert a bit more obvious, I can add a little bit of CSS. Now, I'm not a coder, but that's a very small piece of code, and you can save that, then back to your live app and do a refresh. Now we have a much more obvious red message. If you want to change that from black, the easiest way to change the text is to go back into here, and I find just highlight this and simply change the font color to white, which obviously makes it disappear here. But if I save that and do another refresh, I find that that's a lot more obvious now to the viewer. So the other method is I like to be able to add a component. Now in this case, if I scroll down, I've put one here which says ex-student, and it actually goes full width. It's got a little emoji and it's flashing every 3 or 4 seconds. So I'm just going to reposition this. If you're getting value from these videos, then a thumbs up would be great. If you're not a subscriber, then I'd urge you to subscribe. It'd really help. I'm very close to 400 subscribers. It's been a little while since I've done any videos, so I'm trying to get back into it. So your support would be really welcome. Anyway, back on with the video. So I've moved the component further up the page in the live app. Let me just show you in the builder. It's simply a rich text field. And if you click into the field, you'll see the image here, and I'll just show you the HTML. And I'll copy this into the description as well, so you can just simply paste it in. And you can play around with this. Obviously, this is the word that says ex-student, and there's a couple of Windows emojis in there. I'm just going to backspace those, and on a PC, you just hold the Windows key down and a semicolon, and you'll get the Windows emoji. And I can then add in a suitable emoji here, and that will display in render in the live app. And you can obviously play around with the size of the borders and colors and such like. The flashing obviously makes it much more apparent now, so when the viewer arrives, there should be really no mistake that this is now an ex-student. The last thing to do is to make the component flash, and to do that you just need to make a note of the view. So this particular view is view 601. So head over into my CSS section and paste in the code. Once again, the link's in the description, and change your view number. So to here I'm changing it to view 601, and you can define how many seconds it flashes for, and these are just the keyframes. It goes from 0 to 50% to 100%, and background on an infinite loop. So that's all you need to do to add that in. The final thing we need to do is head back into the pages and add a rule to only show this component, the rich text component, which I've renamed to ex-student message. We only want to show this when the student is no longer a current student. So I've added a rule at the bottom here. So rule number 6, and it states that if the student status is current, then I want to hide the message that says ex-student message. So if the student's a current student, we will hide this message, otherwise it will show. I hope you found that little tip of use, and I'll catch you on the next one.